Let's make this a fairly quick lesson. I just want to touch base on one more thing about creating and adding content to your HTML. We've only been kind of doing these text examples, which is fine. And to kind of show off what we're doing, again, let's go to our H3 and let's say H3, the first one on the page, which is that one. We're going to change the text to whatever. Refresh, it changes to whatever. What if I put H2 or an H1? What's going to happen here? Well, refresh, nothing. Text is going to kind of escape that and print it safely on the page, but you can inject and move HTML. And what I want to do is kind of show you that. So we'll get rid of this. And you just don't use the text helper though. You're going to use append. So for example, let's inspect element here. Well, let's refresh and get a blank slate. Inspect element. And we're going to append, which is appending. Hit refresh. And let's add a space here. You can see it puts it after on the text. That's kind of nice. We could do this with prepend, which will put it before the text. Oh. Refresh. Prepend before. And it's just text. Well, what would happen if I tried the HTML with this? Let's find out. So we're going to create an we'll create a H6 tag. And what's going on? My syntax is so gross right here. There it is. Okay. We're saying the first H3 tag, prepend it with an H6. Refresh, what happens? The markup is injected. We now have an H6 tag there. Same thing works for append. And the idea here is you can move HTML and add HTML to your page. So what I was doing in our sidebar preview example, I pre-wrote out reason and message and then was just injecting the text here in between. You could alternatively have just done your own HTML and appended it to, or put it after the H4, which would have looked something like this. Whoa, let's fix this little bug, which would have looked something like this. Go down to our H3, and I'm using the after helper. And we got heading 6, pretty cool. Same thing works for before, and I'll just keep these in here for reference for you. The only other ones that are commonly used are you can move a div or an element or anything you want on a page. So if I wanted to, I could say, hey, H3 append to the form. Hit save, refresh, scroll up to our form. It's appended. If I wanted to switch it to prepend, it's now going to be at the top of the form and it's been moved from the content. I mean, you could get really creative with this when doing your different things. I just want to make sure you're aware that these are kind of like your main create properties, and you'll probably be using these a lot, to be honest, as you get better and better.